if I sell something, is either I'm there with the big man them and they give me money quick, but then I can't breathe. I would just, be with them and they would support me. So basically my pregnancy was. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is taikabyrd, so be serious and subscribe, period. Story time about how I barely escaped teenage pregnancy, right? Now, forgetting the nitty-gritty, we have to talk about the origin story and how everything started from and how I basically escaped it, because that was really all around me. I was born in the ghetto in the Garrison of Montego Bay, so I didn't really have much examples of what to look up to or what to become, right? So let's start from the beginning, when Christ was living. So in primary school, that's where it started. So in primary school, my mother's always working, but she had me young, so she was doing the best that she could. My father, on the other hand, he's busy and he had a lot of us. I have a lot of siblings. I have 9 brothers and sisters. It was a lot of us, right? And I'm the second eldest. So I learned how to hustle from early on. My example was my grandmother. She always had a stall and eventually she had a shop. So I understood the way to make money is to sell, right? That's how I understood it. My father did the best he could, right? But he had a lot of us. Sometimes he would say that he would drop out the lunch money at school and we would be at school and come until like we in the evening because he's busy with work, because he's self-employed, right? So he didn't really have a 9 to 5 where it's at this time at that time. You know what I'm saying? But he did the best he could. So on days when he wouldn't come and I didn't have like lunch money or much to go off of, there was this chef at my primary school. I saw him playing like Gimme But No Begs. I don't know if you remember that from primary school. And I could catch them without increase and he would give them $50. I mean, I said, okay, can I make more like so? I can't make money that way there. But I decided not to take $50 and take lunch because he was a chef there, so I said box food, right? And I had my 2 other siblings there at the time. So what I used to do is play the game, and when I catch them on the cree, I choose to get box food instead. I would share it amongst me and my siblings, basically. So that's how the hustler mentality started. I left primary school, went to high school, and it was basically the same thing. My parents didn't really have a lot, but they did the best they could, right? So sometimes when I went to high school, I would get lunch money some days, but not every day. And my father would say that he's gonna come by with the lunch money. But sometimes he would forget, or he would come really late, or we just never bother get it in a town. As I say, I learned how to make money through selling because that's what I saw, right? So what I used to do is sell sweetie. Let me say that again. I sell sweetie. I was selling like snacky something them. Look snacks things. And bear in mind to me a big professional, and I used to attend Mount Very High. So the persons who knew me from high school remember my selling days. So I was selling those type of things just to make my lunch money to come back to school. That's where the entrepreneurship and the hustler mindset really kick in. So I said, okay, in time I want to go sell something. And there were lots of older guys that would come to me and like, want to talk to me. And I used to think about this. I'm like, probably if I talk to this guy, I'll probably get money, or like I wouldn't have to sell anything, or I would just, be with them and they would support me. So I used to think about that. But something in me decided that, I'm going to work for my own. My fear of being pregnant was more than the fear of being broke or waiting longer to make the actual money, because it's either I'm there with the big man them and they give me money quick, but then I can't breathe. That me I think about because I'm a taller time, I'm afraid I prick me, from a taller time. So I ended up choosing the straight and narrow. I ended up not doing that. I ended up just selling what I need to sell to make my lunch money. So I didn't have to be talking to older men. After I left high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I was so confused because my step parents can't afford university. I didn't know about student loan at the time, and I didn't have money to go back and do CAPE. In fact, I went to overseas for like a week or two and didn't go back because there's no money. So after I left high school, I think I was like 17 thereabout. At 17, I ended up getting a job because, you know, after work, as I say, my parents could only do their best, and that was it, right? In high school, we had to do like a internship thing where they call it voluntary service. So I used to volunteer at this doctor's office, and after I left, I went back and asked them if they would like to take me in and like so that I can make some money. And I think they would have paid me like $2,000 a day or something like that. And that's how I started working, right? After I left, I decided that, you know, I have to do something with my life. I can't just stay as so. So I decided to say, I'm going to go check out UTech because UTech have nursing school. I'm going to say nursing. People respect nurses. I probably can do this and, you know, go bad. When I checked it out, they never did no CAPE. So I did good fun. I'm only done my CXC subject then. So I said, alright, I need to go back to school for no CAPE. I can just start nursing school, the 8 subjects, right? So I registered myself when I went. Enough. When I started nursing school, I didn't even know how I was going to pay for it. So I did say, I'm going to work and pay for it, right? Started working at a call center and I did a full-on 9 to 5. I'd have school like from 8 to 3, 8 to 4, and then I would have work like from 6 to 12 or 5 to 11, somewhere around there. I'm trying so hard not to think too deep of it because if you really think about it, like, I know fight, make it to know. And if I never have a little ambition, I really wouldn't dare so right now, like, honestly, really and truly. Like, I decided to say, money is short again, and what I know for do? Sell. So what I did was, I had my lunch kit, right? So in my lunch kit, I would pack like Cool Kids and, what did we sell? Cool Kids, I think bag juice, Kiss Car, something like that. And I would sell those at nursing school. And I think I used to sell like cheat chips, so like tickets of them, something to sell that too. And to just make up your money so I can have lunch when we come back at school. The working and going to school was taking a toll. Like, I go to school like 8 to 2, 8 to 3. I would have work like 4 to 10. I think I used to leave work like at 10 thereabouts. I would come home, shower, sleep for 2 hours and wake up back 12. And then I would study around 12 and go to my bed at 4 a.m. And I'm going to have school at 8 o'clock the next morning. So I used to shop and sleep. But this ended up taking a toll on my body. And one time I was studying and the words literally get up off of the book. I'm going to hear me say, no man, the brain wants to sleep. Like, I went to the doctor the following day and it was like, it's a rest. Try to rest. I can't put so much stress on the body. And I forgot to mention, so when I would have stuff like over after school or anything, I could like go up on the floor and sell it. So what I brought for the floor was I don't know if you know Grizzly. The Grizzly sweet to them could have stuff in my pocket. I could have kept on the floor and sell that. So I used to sell that. Again, I started to get more approaches from men, and I'm like, you know, I probably would be easier if you have a man and make the man take care of me. Probably could have sent me to school and find a proper one or something. But pregnancy. Me no want to breathe. Like, me just think man are the worst, and like if me talk to a man, me can't breathe. And I feel like, because I've seen it in my community where people just breathe and their life end, that was my worst fear. Breathing. I see people breathe and then just go to school, then just step on the corner, they might buy last coffee newborn. Like, me never want that be my life. So I'm like, me associate man with pitney, right? And I'm like, I literally could have gone that way. I could have decided that, you know what, I'm a nice girl, I'm go find a nice man to go down with and see what the man can do for me, because that's what I saw. That was the things that I experienced in my community. So I decided not to do that. I decided to walk on the streets of narrow again. I say, well, you know what I'm gonna do. I have to continue because I have to make it out I get to. Like that was my goal. Like I said, this cannot be my life. Like I not feel like my fatigue. Up to this day, I still find it very hard to go back because I've experienced so many things there that I remember when I go back. So it's like I really want to dig up all the bad memories that I have there. So I go back rarely, but I should go back more. So basically my pregnancy was poverty and my abortion pill was my mentality. I was just like, now I'm gonna make it by my own. I'm gonna go sell, like me just know something if I go sell something. Up to this day, like anytime I shout some money, I sell something. Never at the front though, never that. But that's how I developed my mindset, right? So I ended up leaving the job because it was taking a toll on school. At that time, when I started knowing about student loan, I said, okay, I'm going to take a student loan because that would have paid for school. Anyway, after going into a year of nursing, I really noticed that it wasn't for me. So I ended up switching to midwifery and thinking that maybe, you know, I kind of like the vagina. It's an interesting part of the body. Maybe this will work for me. But that was not the case. I didn't like it. And I was really pushing myself to go because, you know, at this time, when the parents still, you know, the uniform, and I said, oh, well, my daughter, this, and, you know, you kind of like look at feet, and you know, say, yeah, you're important, and do something with your life, but it was really not for me. I tried my best to like it. I was crying every time I go up to the hospital, like, every time I go to the hospital, I like, look at practicum and them something there. Never like it. So I'm saying, you know what? I left. I'm leaving, and I'm going to do something else. So I ended up doing that, taking off a year of school to figure out like what I want to do. Come I said, the stuff that I did, it is transferable. So if I want to do something else, I can transfer. But remember say, the problem is money. I'm not getting money from, I don't know. So COVID happened, and what I ended up doing was started selling again. So bear in mind that my grandmother has a shop. So I used to go to the market, the meat shop, the wholesale, the bakery, walk out the whole market and everything, and I was the one shopping for it, right? In COVID time, there was this lady that was selling soaps, like it was 5,000 off, like 12. And I said, okay, we can probably start a soap business and do something. So that's what I did. So I bought it. And that's how I learned my sales tactics, right? Because when I was walking into the market and stuff, what I did was I brought the soaps in like a handle bag. If I find the video on Snapchat, I'll send it. But I'll walk up and down in market or come down in a bay and be like, you know me, I sell soap and the soap to this and the soap to that, and if I get it for this price, like maybe that big igla was walking and selling those, and they used to sell off. They used to sell. Me know the market strategy work. But first I was getting a lot of no's. I'm like, people tell me no, they don't want to. Me say I almost bought, like I was always on the verge of tears when somebody said no. I really said no to my face, and that kind of built me. That built my confidence. I kept going, and there's sometimes they end up sell off in a day until I figure out Instagram. I start post by Instagram and the different soaps, and I started the business there. But the regular business kind of good on me. I never really understand what am I supposed to do. I'm supposed to make a profit. I would have the money. Like I never really know me. I do. You know what I'm saying? The soap did work for persons, but I ended up stop that business, right? Like the first official business that I started. I ended up sending myself back to school after all of that and basically start over, right? From scratch. And at this time, I'm working at the airport. At the airport, we get tips and stuff. We don't really get much per hour, right? So at that time, that's when I'm with my current partner, right? If you watch my previous video, you would know how I moved out and everything. But when I started living here, I didn't really have much bills to pay. I only had my school fee. But even then, when I was working at the airport, was barely covering it. So again, I did what I knew best, was selling. So I ended up learning how to bake, and with my baking, I used to sell banana bread, bread pudding, and that sort of thing. So I learned fruit cake, and then when fruit cake time come around, I sell fruit cake, and that's what helped me to pay my school fee. On to getting a better job. From selling the things at the airport to now I'm in my final year of university, and I can see I did this all by myself. I didn't take any student loan for my school fee. I'm paid it all by myself, and I'm in my final year, I ended up getting a scholarship for one of the semesters because I don't, Mr. Bright Girl. I'm saying all this to say that for the inner city girls who don't have much to look up to, look within yourself and see what you want for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you not really see it in a community, but you can see it in others. And you don't have to talk to a big man for they mind you and breed you, because that's the cycle. Like, that's what you see, right? Ambition is really the way out. Ambition is really the way out of everything. Like, once you have ambition, you really can make it, because like, who am I to think that, oh, I can create a YouTube channel and possibly it would make out something? The ambition. Who is me to decide, say, oh, I must walk up to some strangers downtown and sell me soap? I don't know if they go say yes or no. Ambition, I want the money. Ambition, I never want go there with no man and breed. Because to me, like, a lot of people will say that kids help them and build them. It does, but it also slows them down. Like, we cannot dispute that. It depends pass for 9 months. That's how I barely escaped teenage pregnancy, with the abortion pill of my mentality. I chose ambition over fast money, and I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. Ambition and the fact that I wasn't scared of no's. I wasn't scared of putting myself out there, and that allowed me to build my character. That also allowed me to be delusional, because I'm very delusional right now. Who am I to start a YouTube channel? Who am I to be putting my business out there, or being on TikTok, or doing anything, or selling, or anything like that? I end up building all of that because of how I grew up, and the fact that I really had to fend for myself in most aspects of my life. But that did build me as a person, and that made me the person who I am today. That's how I barely escaped teenage pregnancy. And the only abortion I took was the abortion pill of my mentality. I just the ambition that keep me. The ambition. Thanks for watching.